Okay, questions? You wanted to go over...
Just go back over the drag stuff,
Okay.
getting under all that same stuff you did this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that tape.
So, same thing. Arm dragging them across. Remember, the two grips that are key for this is my wrist in front of his wrist. So that has to stay there. And you can pistol grip. Some people like doing this. I personally don't. It's opinion based. I like to just like spider guard grip. That way it stays the same for me for all my guards in the gi. This is this 4 fingers in grip, right? And then I'm elbow tracking constantly because I don't want Jason to get his hand in front. Because he can break my grip, he can grab shit here, just be fucking annoying. So instead, staying here. And then the other grip needs to be in this armpit area. One of the most common mistakes people do when doing the arm drag from closed guard is they get lazy and they grab too low. This is okay. I'm not saying this won't work. This will work a lot of the times. But I'm just dragging his arm, right? And if he's any kind of good and has good posture control, I'm not controlling his lat or his shoulder or anything. With this grip here, now I have control of his lat. I can take some of the strength away in his lat and his shoulder, all right? And that makes the arm drag a little more successful. He'll still be able to pull up, but now he's carrying more of my weight versus if he pulls up here and he postures, that's just easy. You do that all day, okay? Now, the most common defense, if the opponent is staying knees down, is gonna be him close that elbow down to his knee and tuck it in there, all right? And this is the one you're asking about dealing with, right? Especially with guys like Jason that have longer arms, they're able to make this connection a little bit easier. There's 2 ways that his elbow is gonna be when he does this clamp grip. His elbow can either be to the outside of his knee and clamp there, or it can be inside, anywhere in the inside here. Okay, so we'll deal with those again. If it's on the outside, this grip doesn't change. I still don't want Jason to be in front. I keep it right here. So elbow flared out. Now, I want to access this grip still. That's another reason why this one's like the most powerful grip. I think in Jiu Jitsu is it's almost impossible for him to break it, but I can grab it whenever I want, like here. And I want to try and first get my grips. Now the only thing I need to do, right, is now get the inside of my elbow to the inside of his. If I can, I reach and I scoop it like this. So ideally, this is like the perfect position to start the drag. I have my grip high on the lat, I have the wrist grip, and I have his elbow at the bend of my elbow, and I'm elbow tracking. So if Jason moves his arm up, I can track it. If he tries to go back down, I track it, and I keep that barrier always. Okay, so now he hammers it out. So I'm trying to get to that position from here. Okay, while I'm grabbed up. All right, if you can get to that position while maintaining your grips, then you do so. I reach over and I grab. I curl, so my head's coming up. I'm doing like a crunch and I'm curling. If I try to keep my arms straight like this, I get in my own way. So I have to make sure that first I flare both my elbows up here. I flare my elbows up, and that makes it easier for me to get me closer to Jason here so that I can snatch that elbow back. So here, option one. If I'm trying to snatch that elbow up, okay, but I can't do it, and I have to let go of this grip, that's okay. As long as you maintain this grip here. So if I'm trying to snatch the elbow, but I can't get it, then I have to let go of that grip. I keep this one, and what I'll do is you can either 2-on-1 to bring this hand back center line like this, or you can just elbow flare and kind of give a pull on the arm. Now his elbow is still gonna be connected and flared to the outside, but now since I don't have the grip, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna scoop it. Okay, so go back, have it flared out. I'm gonna scoop it, and it's almost like a heel hook grip, and I'm grabbing. So I'm like scooping his elbow like a heel hook grip like that. Okay, once I get that angle on his elbow like this, I punch down on the wrist and I keep moving this forward. He's not gonna let me do that, okay? If the guy's lesser skilled, which Jason's not, stay down. If he stays down and he continues to let me do that, he's gonna fucking Kimura himself, wrist lock himself, okay? So you can just continue going all the way through. But wait, as soon as he feels that pressure, he's gonna straighten up, and now look where you are. Back on your ideal chase for the drag. Okay, so that's that option for that. Now, if the elbow, let's say he hides the elbow and it's either on top of his knee, is a real common one right here. So even if I get the grip, there's no scooping the elbow now. And there's no, even if I let go, there's no scooping. And a lot of people want to grab, but grabbing does cause a separation, but this is weak for me. And it's easy for Jason to just roll his elbow back into connection to his knee here. If I try to pull, he can just roll it back. And you'll waste a lot of energy and grip strength doing that. So I don't like to actually cup his tricep ever. If it's connected here, instead what I like to do is I go back to our original grip, which is what we want, and I just need a little bit of space here. So the easiest way to do that is I do a bridge, but it's not like a pulsing, repeated explosive bridge. It's one bridge, and once my hips raise up in the air, they're gonna stay there, here. So now I keep them here. Now see that space? That's all I need, okay? So I'm up here, I let go, my hand, so the smallest part of the wedge comes in first, and I bring him back, and now look where we are. We're back to our original spot where I can be elbow tracking, dragging the arm across, and getting there. So even if Jason has his elbow on top of his thigh, and he's closing that off, I'm not dragging this arm across. There's no way. This is impossible. So, but if he keeps his elbow, like keep it really tight for real. If he keeps it really tight for real, there's even if when I bridge, he can't stop me from making that separation. And that's all I need is that little bit of space to get my hand in there. And then look, we're back here where I can do this motion or I can come here. Again, he buries it down hard. And then look, the common mistake that people are gonna try to do is you're gonna try to do multiple like pulsing explosive bridges like this. But see how I do that? His elbow doesn't actually separate. So I need one gradual bridge. The entire time that you're bridging, you're taking this hand and you're pulling. So my elbow is flared and I'm pulling the entire time. Because if I'm not pulling, there's no tension. JC can do this all day. As soon as I start to pull, he has to pull back too. And now there's a little bit of tension, making him a little more tired, okay? So now when I bridge here, there's that space, okay? And again, if you can ever get behind the elbow with yours while maintaining the lat grip, do so, here. But sometimes, go ahead, close it off really tight. When it's closed off really tight, you won't be able to. You might be able to just have an inch of space and you'll have to let go. I'm still grabbing and flaring, and look at my hand, it's reaching underneath his elbow. Pull him up, and I'm back on my grip. And I'm back on my chase here to drag the arm across. Okay, so those are the two common ones. Threats that you deal with. Elbow flared or elbow down. And the elbow's either gonna be inside or on top of the knee, or it's gonna be so far out that you can hook it immediately with your arm. And then the option is the same for both. Just trying to get back to our original spot. Okay. That's the one that you were having trouble with, right?
Yeah.
Especially with him. So get with him in there.
You don't have to tape this part. Unless this is a video on how not to.
Shit, you're good at this, man.
I beg to differ.
I think you're getting dangerous with it.
I've done everything wrong. You're pulling, fighting.
He's not the best example to try techniques
I know,
on.
no
He's good.
fucking
Okay?
shit. Go easy. It's like 100
All right.
miles an hour.
That's not me. Okay, so goddamn liar. You're here. Okay, get to your grips. 2 on 1. All right, remember, get his wrist in front of your wrist. Good, we're there. And he pinches the elbow off. Pinch it off hard. If it's flared, actually what I want you to do, just do what you were doing with him live. Pretend like you're going live with the
You'll
elbow.
have to. I mean, he was buried in here.
He just buried down. Just have it buried down. There.
Is that how it was?
What keeps me buried is keeping my hand out here on this side. Once you get my hand there, that's when it's fucking horrible.
So where do I go here? Just do I have to get under?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy ass. But that's not going to stop the elbow buried.
Right.
He's still going to keep that shit buried, I promise you. Now, okay,
So there's no space to come under here, so this is where we're gonna have to bridge.
bridge. Pull and bridge. Now dig. There. Now you're on. Now start to pop. Elbow, start drag, okay? And then all that good stuff. Boom.
Waist lock.
Because he's doing, this is what you're supposed to be doing, right, from close guard. He's coming in there. Because then you can't drag. But that, reach. Figure 4 underneath. No, you gotta get underneath his arm. There, pop that off. He buries the elbow, and we're immediately trying to find, dig, yes. And then we're dragging across. That's it. Obviously, when you're going live, it's gonna be a little bit tougher, but when you drill it, remember, have him do just 100% elbow pitch, so you can get a realistic look at what it's like digging that elbow out, because that's gonna be the hardest part. Especially with him, he's got really long arms. Make your way there, nice. Should always be able to pop. Pop. Okay, now we're here, okay? Now, you got your grips, try to, yep. Your whole goal is just to get behind the elbow. Boom, now you're on the chase. Easy ass. So that's how to deal with that, the elbow bury, okay?
I'll have to work that a lot, because I want to learn this.
So you want me to let you arm drag me like this?
No, I don't. One more. Ow. You know, wow,
It worked, didn't it?
Just didn't know if you wanted the long.
Everything. Okay, yeah, you see how you're doing like little explosive bridges? All you need is one long, relaxed bridge.
it's about as high as my hips go.
That's all right. That's all right. Because all you need is literally an inch of space for you to dig your hand through. That's it. Okay. There. That's it. Then you're back on the chase grab. Then you're good. And then switching to arm drags or other, whatever else with horse guard. That shit's money, I'm telling you. Sometimes it'll take a minute. The more skilled he is, like with him, sometimes it's like 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, you watch me and him roll, I don't just fucking drag his arm across. It's a 3-minute battle. It's a fight, but.
I like that one bridge instead of a bunch. Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's just one here, and you're just holding him there, and then get some space. That's good about tucking that elbow down. Connect your elbow to your. See, there he's fucked because you already have your forearm in front of his elbow. He's dead. So now let him. Now connect your elbow to your knee. There. This is the motherfucker here when they do this. And then now all you have to do, okay, is you can start with this grip already. Your arms are so long, okay. Now I want you to bridge your hips as high as you can and pull. Now see that space? Now he's fucked. He's dead. That's it. Now close your elbow off. Close it up hard. Like don't let him do it, so you can feel how powerful it is. See? That's it. He's fucked. No matter how big or strong they are, that space you can always get. Because it's your hips versus their arm.
That's so good because anytime he gets that deep on me, I always just go 2-on-1 to try to get it off a different.
Yeah, and you can, and that's another thing. You can do that 2-on-1 too because it's going to separate their elbow.
But I hate giving up that.
Exactly. That's why I like this one because you get your 2 grips that you're going to end with from the beginning, and then you don't have to give them up. Yep. And then buries the elbow hard. He buries it, he's being a fuck. That's it. And then we're back on the chase. Boom, boom. That's it. So that's dealing with that.
So
okay?
burying that elbow inside is probably the more common of the two.
Super common. I actually like it because it means that they're not going to stand up on me, and it's not going to be like energy extensive for me to deal with. When they stand up on me, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to do like really fast jiu-jitsu now. But if they stay down and then just hunker down, I'm like, fuck, thank God, because I know it's just a wedge thing. Just getting here. Once I wedge it, then they're dead. So easy. The other one you're going to run into is, go down. The next step up, okay, when he goes to do his drag, is if they get this knee up. Okay, this actually is really, really, it's not common, but it's the proper defense, and it's what's, against good guys, this will be hard to deal with. So if he gets his grips and he's trying to drag my elbow across, if this knee, okay, this is the defense I do for the arm drag, is I'll take my knee and I'll clamp over his arm. Now that takes all that drag power away, and it lets me come over here and grab his wrist and start rolling this grip off, messing with this, and then from here you shoot a stand up. Okay, so this is hard to deal with. All right, so we can kind of go over that, what to do when they do that, because that'll be the next one. So You won't run into it too much, but when you start rolling with the better guys and they stand that foot up on you, it's really annoying, especially if you want to stay in closed guard and not open up. So I come here, you know, as I'm going to drag him, he steps up. Now my hand is sandwiched between there. This is bad, okay? No more arm drag here, okay? It's done now, so we have to switch to something else. Now, I still want to keep my elbow tracked, okay? And I still want to maintain the drag across, but if this knee is ever up, we have to open up our guard, okay? And we still do the same movement with this leg. Remember that K-guard movement we were working earlier? So I'm still here. He's committed to popping that up. Can't drag him now. So I switch my upper body, my chest, my shoulders, all that goes down to his knee here, okay? And I get my foot on his hip. I maintain my 2-on-1. This one comes out and I go a butterfly hook here. So if that leg is up, we're gonna switch a butterfly hook behind the leg. From here, there's a lot of different options that you could do. So I'm gonna kind of leave that up to you of where you wanna go. My preference, personally, that I like to do is I like to stretch this out here. And if he decides to stand up, then I'm like switching to De La Hiva or literally just wrestling up with this like this, because I can easily get behind him because I have the arm control, all right? So what this does, I don't mind that one either because it creates like a controlled scramble. If I'm here, he puts the leg up. Even if I drag the arm all the way across, so let me drag it across, he's not in any danger because he's fucking trapped my arm and my leg in this little space here. I can't actually do anything. And if I let go, he's gonna fucking pass. So you're here, as soon as that foot comes up, I maintain the original grips. I'm just shifting my upper body down, okay? Foot goes on the hip. Now this one comes in here and butterfly. If you can't get butterfly, then it's okay to go shin on shin and start wiping that out, okay? But we'll keep it simple and we'll just go foot on hip, 2-on-1, butterfly grip here, okay? There's only a couple things that he can do, all right? If he goes back down to both knees, then we're just gonna come up. It's a butterfly guard at 2-on-1, okay? And it's all the same motions. My body on the outside of his elbow, I'm dragging the arm across, and I'm looking to make my way to the back. I don't want you to think too much into it, technique-wise. I want you to just get to butterfly 2-on-1 and just make your way to the outside of that elbow however you can, whether it's posting his hand, shooting out, and coming out the back door here, okay? Other option we can do from there is a little bit fancier, but actually a little bit simpler. I get my 2-on-1. Jason elects both knees butterfly to smash. Since I have my 2-on-1, okay, we could do that old school. I come up, chest to his shoulder, and I'm gonna pull him into me. I'm gonna rock his weight back into me. And as I do, I'm gonna kick up with my right leg and drop my left leg. I'm gonna do the same arm drag motion. We're gonna end up in a back take here. So I'm here, up, and we do this one, okay? It looks a lot fancier than what it is. It's really not that fancy. It just looks cool, but it's actually really easy. So those are the two options for that. Okay, so back to closed guard. We got our drag, he steps up, I switch, foot on the hip, and I'm trying to get to butterfly. Now, other thing Jason could do is here, stand up, right? You can say, fuck this. He could elect to stand up. Make sure 2-on-1, we keep onto it no matter what, okay? The options from here, and there's a million, but I'll give you a couple of like the simple, common ones. I could stay 2-on-1 and keep my cross grip, let go of the other hand, grab the ankle, and just shoot my legs through to get underneath Jason. And then I could go to X guard. I could switch to short hook X guard on the other side, where I can start to sweep him. Just any kind of guard here where my feet are gonna be underneath Jason. So that's option 1, okay? Back up a little bit. Sorry, he just stood up, I'm here. Option 2 is gonna be to get this leg out and switch to a De La Hiva where I'm gonna dump him. All that good stuff.
So
okay?
show me the finish from there.
From here, so if I can get here, and I do a De La Hiva, okay? I use this foot and I push Jason's knee.
Hooked on the heel.
I'm hooked here, and I'm just grabbing his heel. I push Jason's knee, and I just fall and roll to my back.
Is that the one you use on me?
Yep, it gets him up in here. Don't worry about the berimbolo for now. What I want you to do is use this bump position to just wrestle up. Just get on top, that's it, okay? Another option, this is the one I do more commonly when they stand up, is if I'm here, okay, I go to the knee, belly heel hook. I use it to push away. And when I'm rolling hard, it's a really aggressive kick on this leg. So I'm not just doing like a little push. I'm using both my legs to kick Jason out, get his hand on the mat, and then I'm coming almost like a Russian type of pressure. Because you're 2-on-1, get the shoulder on here. And now look, from here, you're just wrestling at that point. I think that one would probably be the one you'd be good at, just naturally. So let's.
Can you go back to just start from the guard
Yeah.
for pinches and just how you're opening your hips so right leg goes to the
Yeah.
hip.
Yeah. So.
Stay down.
It don't matter. You can stay down for the first one. So I'm here. I go to grab, and he pops that right leg up. Traps my leg, shuts me down. So look, it's really important that I don't give Jason control of my right leg, because if he reaches back there and grabs my fucking ankle or my leg and pushes down and pins it and gets on top of it, he's gonna start to pass. So it's important that I preemptively get my foot on his hip. Okay. So I'm here, foot on the hip, and that's gonna allow me to cut my angles. Okay, so I'm here, now I'm here, now this foot's free to butterfly hook, okay?
That makes me want to stand up immediately, and that's
Yeah,
bad.
and if you
It's
do,
bad for me.
yeah, if he ever stands up from here, go ahead, I can just, look, I'm completely underneath him already. Or, I do this, he starts to stand up, okay? I can just start to wrestle up on him. Okay, so, a lot of it's like, there's a million options there. If you have this 2-on-1 grip and they're an open guard and they're up, there's a million different things that you can do from there. One might work better than another one for certain people, but for now, I want you to just get comfortable maintaining your 2-on-1, and if they pop that leg up, have your couple different options to operate from.
As soon as the leg comes up, I need to be.
You gotta be opening. Or the only time you wouldn't would be if they choose to come here and he pops that leg up, okay? For whatever reason, he decides to put his knee back down, right? Sometimes they might. So he pops the leg up. There's no danger. I'm not in danger of anything. He isn't either. So sometimes it's okay to kind of stay here for like 10 or 15 seconds to see what he's gonna like to really do. If he's just doing it to stop it, then I'm like, okay, fuck it. I gotta make some shit happen. I gotta get my feet on his hips, get this butterfly guard, keep my 2-on-1, and start coming up. Because you can just stand up all the way with 2-on-1, and then make your way to the back. Like I said, that one's a lot less common because most people don't know that just putting the leg up actually shuts down the 2-on-1 drag.
That's the counter to the drag.
That's the only one I do, yeah. It fucking completely kills it. So if I'm gonna need you to completely forget that information. And never do this again when we roll. Just so you know, it's fucked up. But here, the other thing you could do is just not effective, man, is because the position of his legs. I could let go and maybe try to underhook, but it's a bad angle for me. Like,
That's what I was about to ask.
it's fucking
Can you
awkward.
switch off to the
Fuck
flower
no.
sweep from there?
It's so awkward for me that I could try to do this, but you would stand up. If I did this to you, you stood up, it would bust my guard open, and that would be in a lot of trouble because you felt how you were able to
Yeah.
shook my knee away.
That's what I mean. I was thinking maybe you would flower sweep.
No,
from there
it's
if I
bad
shut
news.
it off.
No, feel it. Watch. So, do it to me. Try to arm drag me. Okay, and I prop my leg up. And you see how then it opens that up, and it's fucking terrible, dude. So it sucks. And then you get your fucking hand stuck in there, and then so
Now you're playing 2-on-1 again.
no. So you're 2-on-1ing, right? And they do this, especially if they can come over and use their knee and trap your leg like this, that pressure there. Now it's done. So what you have to do is open up this leg and get it on my hip. Okay, while maintaining 2-on-1 there. Now Now I'm fucked. You can just feel all the shit you can get from here. This is bad. It's fucked.
Can't get the butterfly hook in, or you going to the De La Riva?
I mean, if this stays up, I'm definitely going to the De La
Dude,
Riva
I mean,
personally.
there's so many options. That's the cool thing about it. It's endless. Depending on what your game is, you can do all kinds of shit here. I like to just go butterfly hook.
So would you keep this the whole time instead of switching off a grip?
I would keep it the whole time.
Okay.
Here though. So don't even here.
Okay.
Because now we just drag my arm across. Yep.
Yep.
And if you stand
That's
up,
what I've been doing too.
what the fuck am I gonna do to you?
Right.
I mean, it's monstrous. Even if you get 2-on-1s, anytime if you can get 2-on-1s when you're passing the guard, dude, if you're up. If I can get this to you, go ahead, just do what you would do. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. Not having a hand sucks.
It's fucking, it's powerful. It's annoying. So yeah, I keep it and go forward from there. So
Let me try opening it up a little bit, see if I can even get my foot in there.
I mean, I'd give it up and go to the college and lose it all. If you run into that guy that's gonna do that, a lot of people don't know that counter. Not you guys do, but most don't.
Fine, like, hey, I can't even get the elbow up. Maybe I'll be able to do that now. Just
Okay,
You're
so-
acting like we ever work with you on bottom anyway.
I don't ever want to be down here.
Exactly.
You guys are gonna laugh. The first match, I'll get dumped on my back, and everybody be looking at me like it was Chase Russell. Watch for the ankle pick, Chase. Next thing you,
So, does this. Now our goal is we want to angle our upper body that way and start to get our right leg on his hip. There. And as you do that, free your left leg and get a butterfly hook. Okay? So if Jason, this is going to be dependent on what they do. Okay? If he does nothing,
can't help yourself.
if he does nothing and it just comes down to both knees, okay?
Actually, reach right there.
You can just start to just drag your arm across anyways. Okay.
So where do you think? Because he's probably gonna grab a pant leg or something here, right?
Be named that.
What's that?
Yeah. He'll be needing
Yes,
that.
you gotta kick strip with that hard. You start making your way. Remember, the concept stays the same. Your chest, your body on the outside of that elbow, and make your way out there. Okay. You can pin that hand to the mat and start climbing to his back. Russian, like think of it as a 2-on-1 Russian pressure. Okay. Yeah, see, that ain't gonna work. So now let's get that foot free.
You got me jammed up over here.
Nah, you cut the angle. You can get that foot free. I promise you. There. Now kick him. Boom. Hook. Good. Up. Get up. Yep. See, that's for me. 80% of the time, I'd say I'm trying the butterfly sweep. I'm trying the Del Hiva. But what ends up happening is that exactly is this. He pops the foot up. I come here. We're doing Jiu Jitsu. We're doing. Getting that, because he can't beat that. So try the other shit. The more skilled the person is, this is usually the one I end up going with at the end of the day, which is gonna be pinning that hand to the mat and trying to get somewhere out here, chasing out here, trying to get it back down.
At that point.
Because the less skilled, generally, the less skilled person is gonna go down on both knees and try to kind of squeeze you. The more skilled he is, he's gonna stand up. As soon as I open up my closed guard to this, he's gonna be up exactly and passing here. So getting ready for that. And the thing about keeping your 2-on-1 here when he stands up is it's still just as effective. Okay. Dragging and moving him. And at any point in time, you can just go back to closed guard. Don't forget, people think that just because they open up closed guard, just because he was able to do that defense, and I shut him down, okay, maybe he stands up, I just suck him back into closed guard. And guess what? Now I know he knows the knee thing, before he has a chance to put that shit up, I fucking drag it. Okay? So don't forget, going back to closed guard and using the closed guard wrap up as an attack. Because it's dangerous down there, man. And if he's giving you the good counter and you're having to open up, I'll just get myself back in the closed guard if I can. If I'm given the opportunity, I'm fucking right back in that motherfucker. So let's work that. Let's work 2-on-1 drag. He's gonna put the knee up, forcing you to open up. He's gonna stand up. I want you to maintain the 2-on-1 drag and just shoot yourself back into closed guard as quickly as you can, okay? Open up, he opens up, okay? Get your both feet on the hips. He likes to stand up, get back in close guard. And now you're immediately dragging. No wasting time. Because now you know, fuck, he's good, he knows. That's it. That's actually another really common thing that people don't do, that they should do, is just getting themselves in close guard.
Especially if you're trying to stall.
You know? You know?
Watch the clock stall. Whose game is that? Keep your elbows in.
It's me, buddy.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay? At any point in
You
time,
have your foot up doesn't make a bit of damn difference when you come back.
no, when you suck them back because the angle's different.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Try
gotta,
to
you,
double.
just remember on you, you have to drag, if you get the chance to suck it back in the close guard, don't fucking wait for him to readjust his shit and get another good offense going. As soon as you suck him back in, drag him right away, okay? On the reshot. Because usually, when you're, as you're doing this is when he's putting his foot up. And you'll know like, oh shit, I can't. Get him back in the close guard. Boom, nice. Like that, that's what it'll look like. Because he's no longer thinking I'm in close guard and I have to defend. He's thinking I'm in an open guard scramble. But really, you're still in a 2-on-1 close guard arm drag. So the mechanics stay the same. So you catch a lot of people there. Gotta be, and then being really patient with it, because it might take, like with Jason, I know it's not gonna take 1 minute. I'm more expecting it to take 4 or 5 minutes for the move to work. So it's gonna be like a 4 or 5 minute battle.
I'll be dead.
He's being awfully generous.
He's probably referring to me. All right, let's just go ahead and get that in there where it belongs.
All right.
Wait. Let me get here first, honey.
All right.
There, boom, he's up. Keep it on one, keep the foot there, suck him back in. You can flip him with that one if you want to, for sure. But that's it. And then for you, not being afraid to just wrestle up, especially if he stands up with the 2-on-1, you'll see it'll feel natural because it'll feel just like it'll feel like a Russian tie because this literally is the Russian tie, just with gi grips, right? It's the same thing.
That's gonna be a shit for sure.
I think he'll once he gets any kind of half guard wrestler position, his like mind switches modes and he moves all good and shit. He's just wrestling. So
He starts fucking putting his hips into you.
yeah, it's terrible. So that was it though. As far as dealing with those options for now, we'll just focus on dealing with those. That elbow pin's a really big one.
Let's work the collar stuff. The chokes.
Okay.
And that you can, as I was asking about that today, getting up in there. I get in the collar, he lets me, I'm sure, but how you're burying your head over and how to square that up so you can do.
Come on down. Put me in a collar choke.
Come on
Oh,
down.
he's gonna show first.
Put me in a collar choke.
I'll let him show me what to do